I know. All right.
We're live.
Good.
Yay!
Alrighty. Let's check our connection. Excellent connection, it says. Alright. Ready, Mom?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? Here we go. We're live. Episode 10. Our 10th episode of Make the Right Play. It's me, Carlos. We got the coach wearing green, being festive.
Hey.
St. Patty's Day coming up this Wednesday. We got producer Prez behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
The dogs are lurking. It's a gorgeous day. A little chilly out. but-
Freezing outside.
Freezing, yeah. It's really, really cold. But we got a gorgeous day. We're here. Tons to talk about today. Coach, how we doing?
I'm doing great. I was freezing today, though. Last night, the wind was howling, and it was a little bit scary.
Yeah, it's been insanely windy lately. Like, really bad, I would say.
We're watching this show. Gabriel told us about this show, The Haunting of Hill House.
Yep.
And it's actually really good. So last night we're watching it, and the wind is howling, and Dad was so funny. He's like, I don't know if that's outside, if it's in the show.
Yeah, I know. No, it's been extremely windy. And it kind of came out of nowhere because, like,
Yeah.
you know, you didn't really expect it to be as windy as it was. And then I would say sometime around, it was like either early yesterday or late the night before.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, late Saturday, the wind really started to pick up. And then, you know, I'm outside, I'm working, finishing up the outdoor bar, getting ready, and then the wind just kept howling. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And
it feels like
gotten
winter's back.
progressively worse, I would say.
Yeah.
The wind has gotten progressively worse.
Last week you felt spring. Now
Yeah.
winter's back. Because I was
I
out
know.
today, it was 26 degrees.
And then
It was freezing.
and next week it's supposed to be in the 60s.
Thanks.
So it goes
Oh,
back.
I
So
can't
this
wait.
week it's supposed to be cold. And then if you look on your handy dandy iPhones that everybody has, it says it's supposed to snow. And then next week it's supposed to be 60s. So it's like, well, like, where are we? What are we doing here?
Please let the 60s come.
I
I'm going
know,
to plant
I'm
some
ready.
pansies, get ready for Easter, enjoy life.
I'm ready for the warm weather.
So am I.
I'm feeling it. I'm working outside and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get out here
Yeah.
and just be able to be outside again.
Sit on the deck.
Yeah, it's so nice. It really is. So tons of stuff to get to.
Yeah.
We got a ton of stuff that we want to talk about. I know the coach is dying to bury former governor Andrew Cuomo.
He's still governor right now, but my gosh, please, did you see that
She's
picture of
right.
him? It's so hilarious because there was a gangster, right,
Yep.
in Lower Manhattan, who they used to make fun of because he'd be outside in robe and slippers.
Yep.
And that's what Cuomo reminded me of. He had to take a phone call, and I swear it looked like a burner phone. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh yeah, like
I
one
know.
of those tracker phones.
Yeah,
that
like
look
he was like,
$10.
you know, the house might be bugged. Let me go outside. And he wrapped a blanket around himself.
Right.
And I just was like, thank God he was in one of those old folk homes that he sent the COVID
I know
into.
he would have been dead. He would have
He
died.
would've- he
He's at
looked
risk.
so
He's one of those
bad.
at-risk people.
I
Yeah,
have
he
to
looks
say
really
how the
awful.
mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Trump, the way the election turned out, because I won't say, to me, Trump
Yeah.
really did win that election, but whatever, Joe
I
Biden
know.
was the
We're
president.
trying to look past that. We're not
However,
trying to get into it.
Governor Cuomo must be wishing that Trump was back in the White House right now
I know.
because they'd
Maybe
be
he got
so
some
busy.
attention off of him.
Oh, please, he was writing books, getting $1 million deals. Everybody was kissing his ass left and
Yeah.
right. Gee, Cuomo should be president. Cuomo. And now the enemies are in
Yeah.
the White House from the faction of the Democrat Party that hates him.
Yeah.
And he's dressed like a little old man.
He looks
like a
terrible.
little baby.
I know, you showed me that picture. There's a picture out there, and
Oh
it's
my gosh.
half of the picture is Cuomo wrapped up in a little grandma knitted blanket,
Yes!
and then the other half of the picture is Florida Governor's Ron DeSantis
Drinking
looking like
a
a
beer,
stud,
baby.
drinking it out with the people in Florida, living it up.
Oh,
It's
man.
like night and day of leaders right there. Huh?
I gotta tell you, the shit is about to hit the fan. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, but things are getting. I mean, Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden
Doctor.
today, went to New Jersey to tout the stimulus money.
Yes.
Like to go talk it up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how shitty is that stimulus plan that she needs to go over there and sell it?
Yeah.
Because if the deal's good, you don't need to sell shit. But $1.9 trillion and you still need to go?
And preach it out. Oh, there we go. Hold on. So we got a mic fall. Mic falling.
A mic fell, but
A white dog.
I had to
jumped up into the
choose, and
camera.
I choose the mic falling over.
So
the
here's Max getting into the shot.
Yes.
Look at that.
Max is a star. This guy.
Oh, Max.
But what's in that deal? What is in that deal that they need to go and smooth things over with the governor of New Jersey?
Well, he came on the TV. I don't know. You probably didn't even see it.
Oh,
He was on. So it was interesting, right? So today, which we'll get to later, we're going to talk about a little bit of what's going on with everything on the border in Texas.
Yeah.
So today, a bunch of GOP Congress people were down in Texas, and they did a live press conference, and they took the news around what the area is, and they were trying to accept exactly. That obviously
deal.
nothing
Who
should
cares?
happen. But anyway, so they did that. So Biden decided to go on national TV when that was happening, so that the televisions wouldn't televise what was going on, because everybody obviously was like, "Oh, we got to listen to the president. We got to listen to the president." So
Right,
even Newsmax and even Fox cut off of the press conference that the GOP leaders were doing in Texas and went to Biden.
Was this during the Young and the Restless?
Yes. So I
get so pissed because that's the only thing I freaking look forward to now.
Young and the
And they
Restless
cut the Young
was
and the
not on
Restless.
TV
I'm
today.
so
It
pissed
was
right
not
now.
on TV today.
Now that makes me angry.
And half of the Bold and the Beautiful, I heard. is
Oh
out
my gosh, and we're finding out who the father is of
I
Steffi's
know.
baby, and she doesn't even know who the father
Yeah,
is.
so
She's
soap
about to
opera
find
fans,
out.
soap opera
I'm
fans,
so
you're
pissed
fucked.
right now.
You're fucked.
Oh
There's
my
no soap
gosh,
opera on
that really
today.
makes me
It's
so angry.
Biden.
All right, so let's go back to Biden,
so
who never
Biden
freaking gives a press conference, said, "Let me go on the TV." Today.
Yes, and you know what the caption of the press conference was the whole time was
Trump, the animal Trump. What?
No, it was $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill passed, not one Republican vote.
You're damn right, because if Joe Biden has to go
thing.
and kiss the ass of a New Jersey Democrat governor to smooth it over, that means it was a bad deal.
It was a terrible deal.
It was a bad deal.
I'm sure it was terrible. It was a terrible deal.
Give me a break. I mean,
And
that's
look,
what I
and for
find
all of those
strange.
people, especially the younger people that think that they're all fired up about their 1400, 1400 isn't dick.
1400 ain't shit.
1400
Because
isn't
people
dick. It
who
doesn't
have
do
been
a thing.
suffering in this country.
Doesn't do a thing. So live it up with your 1400.
Look
It
at the
doesn't do
people.
a thing.
Well, yeah, because they're living with their parents.
Yeah.
But what about all the people who have back rent, back car payments? The cars
It's not
to
going to
be
do anything.
repoed?
It's not going to do anything.
Carlos, I was reading an article for a landlord in New York where the landlord's homeless.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the landlord is homeless because they made it where she can't evict the people who aren't paying rent?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's homeless living in her car. How horrible a story is that?
That's unbelievable.
I mean, this is what's going on in this country right now, and they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
They make the landlords the villains, and then here's the landlord homeless, and the person's living in their house not paying rent. And she's using every penny she has to pay the mortgage because she doesn't want to lose the house.
Yeah.
So she's killing herself to pay for a mortgage so that this deadbeat tenant is just, taking advantage of the whole situation and not paying any rent. That's how bad things are. So if you're going to talk to me about $1,400, I should put my freaking foot right up your ass.
You should.
For being so stupid.
You should, but that's the people now. I feel like the people are so blind, and they're so they don't understand. They don't. You talk to someone about economics, and they're clueless about what you're talking about.
Carlos, nothing gets me crazier. How now the liberals love to say that government policies have nothing to do with the price of gas right now.
Oh my God.
It's like, how much of an asshole are you? If you don't really know anything about financial situations and finances and how government policies actually do have a direct effect on the commodities exchange, just shut the fuck up. Don't think that we're so stupid that you're going to have us believe, oh, yes, government policies have not. That's just the way things are. Gas goes up, gas goes down. It's just a natural fluctuation. Are you an idiot? Are you an idiot? Like, everybody knows it was a grain embargo, except for a couple of liberal dumbasses. I'm not going to mention them by name. But everybody knows that it was a grain embargo, the 1970s, that caused the freaking farmers going broke.
Yeah.
Government policies have direct impact on commodities.
Correct.
All right? So, now they're saying OPEC. I didn't hear the name OPEC one time. Donald Trump had OPEC's arm behind their back. They were screaming uncle when Donald Trump was president. You didn't hear one time shit about OPEC. Now all of a sudden OPEC is the big swinging dick of the oil industry?
Huge
Give me a break. You know, I can't take it anymore how stupid people are. It really is annoying. It really is annoying.
And then the best is when they tell you need to educate yourself. I love that line. When
listen
you're
to the science. That is completely,
the science.
you know.
Oh my God, I know the
It
science.
contradicts itself all the time. And you have so many good doctors, that they silence, that they censor, they refuse to let them be heard at all.
Yeah.
I want to listen to the science. Let me tell you, the only doctor who got everything right from the beginning was that Dr. Erickson, the Viking in California.
That they canceled?
Oh, that they canceled. They erased him from the internet. Because everything he said actually came true. And everything about this virus actually came true. And he said it months ago. The doctor from California. I call him the Viking. He's the Viking. And it just really pisses me off. So don't give me that bullshit, listen to the science, when you know that they're silencing a lot of doctors because none of this is scientific fact. A lot of it is all hypotheses. And we have to, figure things out for ourselves.
Yeah.
But let us listen to both sides. And they're silencing these doctors. Just like, these people, I don't think they have a real education on how the commodities
Well, they
work.
silence anybody that doesn't have their agenda being in their best interest. They silence everybody. They do it with teachers too, with professors consistently being silenced or decredited. Where they're like, you're decredited. Your status is shit, and you shouldn't listen to this professor. They do it all the time. You see more conservative-leaning professors who have very high education, doctorates, they are very high accredited, and then consistently their work is always being countered, always people writing papers against theirs, and some of them not even getting published because it goes against the liberal machine. All the time. That's how it is now. It doesn't matter whether it's being a doctor, being an athlete. Consistently, you see athletes now getting silenced or getting thrown off teams.
Even Pepe Le Pew got canceled.
Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew gets canceled, but Cardi B is gyrating on the TV yesterday.
That's
for
right.
kids
the
to see, singing
WAP.
that WAP. And, she endorsed Biden, loved Biden. So it's okay for Cardi B to be as inappropriate as she would like to be. But Pepe Le Pew, a cartoon that I enjoyed very much as a child, watching it with my grandfather, is now canceled. Like, we're living in such a crazy society right now, and it really should terrify anybody how censored people are being.
Yeah.
It should terrify everyone. We should not be so censored. And what is up? I still want to know how Governor Cuomo went from hero to zero in just a matter of months ever since Biden got elected.
2 weeks. He's out.
He's going to get impeached.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Because he refuses to resign.
To resign.
He will not resign.
They have 30 women now. Where were these 30 women before?
He should call Trump and find out what he does. He's like, how did you deal with all the bullshit that I gave you? How did you do it?
Let me tell you, it amazes me how Donald Trump, you know what it is? Donald Trump has a lot of integrity. You may not like it.
Did you see some of the accusations, though, that some of these women said?
About Mario Cuomo?
About Andrew Cuomo?
I mean, Andrew Cuomo, sorry. Mario was the father.
Some of these accusations, though, are hilarious.
Well,
like, he got a separate charge because I guess when he was, like, hugging an aide, he was physically aroused when he hugged the aide.
That's one thing.
Separate charge.
Okay, that's one thing I have always felt bad for you men. Because I have to say, I remember being in high school, and back in the day, they would say, come up to the board. And boys would be dying, because, when you're in high school, you have a perpetual hard-on.
But, like, just all the time?
Oh, I think boys are like walking hard-ons when they're, like, teenagers.
Yeah.
And I remember the teacher would be like, come up and do this on the board.
Some don't experience it, but it gets tough for somebody.
Listen,
it all depends.
Trust me, I've seen so many boys pitch in a tent. And they were dying, and the teacher better come up, dude.
Here's the quote. The quote: he approached me, embraced me too tightly, and for too long, and I find him aroused. I felt extremely uncomfortable and actually
So
shocked.
he was pitching a tent.
Nothing had ever happened that way between the two of us.
How big is Cuomo that you?
Cuomo
can see
has got to
that
have a huge
He
cock.
could. He could
He's
have
got. He's got to have. He has to have a baby. Apparently, she's getting slapped around by that fire hose that he's got. Apparently.
I don't think she got slapped around. I think she saw.
Well, clearly her legs got slapped around. If she's feeling it, her fucking thigh must be getting smacked around. Because that's what she's saying. She's saying, he approached me and then embraced me too tightly and for too long. And then I felt on my leg that he was aroused.
Now, when was this? Was this when he was
That
in
was
college?
today.
No, but I'm saying, when did he pitch a tent when he gave her a hug? How long ago was this? I find it a little hard to believe that Cuomo's in his 60s and he, his hormones are like in high school.
They hugged in a hotel lobby in December of 2000.
Oh, that's fucked up. You can't start going after Cuomo now.
In December of
From
2000.
2000? We're in 2021. I
21
knew it
years
though. I knew it.
At the
I
time,
said there's no way that 60-year-old cock is freaking pitching a tent.
At the time,
I knew it.
at the time,
21
Cuomo
years
was then
ago, that was a
president.
40 or 39-year-old cock.
Yeah.
All right, that's different. And then
30
she's hugging him in the hotel lobby. What do you think that
hotel
cock
lobby.
thought it was happening?
At the time, Cuomo was then President Bill Clinton's housing secretary.
Oh, give me a break. That was the culture back then.
Yeah.
Especially if he was working for
And,
Clinton.
and the woman, Hilton, was working as a
A
consultant.
Hilton. She's a Hilton.
She was working as a consultant after being employed by the Department of Housing and Urban Development from 1995 to 1999.
Oh, give me a break. This is some bullshit. I'm on Governor Cuomo's side on this one. She's hugging him. Let me tell you something. I don't think I've ever really hugged any man that I worked with.
Well,
and look what happened. I hugged your father. I
look
worked
at
with
this.
him, and now we're married.
Look at this. Cuomo also pointed out the fact that she was formerly the press secretary for Bill de Blasio, a political rival.
She sounds like a quack. You know what? I'm taking Governor Cuomo's side, and I feel I have to say.
Then you're not a shista.
No, I'm not. I am a shister, you mean.
Oh,
I'm not a
you're
sister, I'm a shister.
You're a shister, yes. Yes, that's right.
I have to admit, well, poor Governor Cuomo, did you hear what else he did? Now, this to me is worse.
What did Cuomo do?
So, you know he likes to be like little mafia. He has that thing going on.
Well, yeah.
So, he has the guy who's giving out the vaccines. Oh, God, the phone is ringing off the hook. Let's see who's calling. Pick up
Who's
the phone.
calling the
Is that
house?
Braeburn
Who's
High
calling
School
the
gave
house?
yeah. class today?
No,
You know, they
it's
called you, they
Olivia.
called-
Call every day. It's
Oh,
an
they're
everyday
calling
call.
it's Olivia who cut class.
It's Olivia who cut class.
Let me tell you, these kids cannot go back to school fast enough. Today, my daughter comes to me, Mom, I got an email, there's no social studies. I said, what do you mean there's no social? That's, I got an email, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm working my ass off, and
Right.
this kid's sitting next to me watching the show, I Love You.
To all the
No,
boys.
To all the boys I
All
loved
the
before.
boys I loved before.
Oh my gosh, she loves this movie. So she's
Right.
watching All the Boys I Loved Before, all cuddled up, nice, fantasizing because she really likes that guy who kind of looks like Andrew Cuomo. So she may be into that look.
Oh,
I
is it
know.
A young Cuomo action?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
there you
has
go.
he has like that Italian, Latino, very handsome, tall, dark, and handsome guy.
Yes.
She freaking cut class. Cut class. We find out later because the teachers don't email me. They try to
No.
avoid me. They emailed Scott.
Right.
So she sends an email to Scott, and Scott goes, "Did you cut social studies? What is it?" "Oh no, I got an email." So we had to do an investigation.
Okay.
Turns out
like the Mueller report?
it was. Let me tell you, she was so guilty. We didn't even have to get a special.
No special.
No, we
special
didn't need
counsel?
a special investigation. She got busted. She cut class. So now the school's calling. And, these kids need to be back in school where they can be disciplined because parents are working.
Yeah.
And we're not working as teachers. We're working, doing, Scott is...
The online class, though, is shit.
It
Like,
is shit.
especially for their group, because you have that blue and orange cohort
Fifth
of Brantford, and you have, the teacher is obviously giving more attention to the kids that are in the classroom than the kids that aren't in the
And
classroom. So if
honestly-
I was sitting there, and I had a question, and I had my fucking hand raised when you clicked the stupid
Yeah.
button on the thing, and the teacher's not, giving me any attention, I'd be like, fuck this, what's the fucking point of sitting here with my dick in my hand while I'm trying to, ask a
Oh
question,
my
and she's so
gosh.
focused on the kids in class, I'd be like, fuck that. That's so dumb. I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, well,
You're
I
wasting
can only
your time all
imagine.
the
You would have been the
time.
worst.
All the time.
You would have been outside playing hockey all the
Yeah.
time. And I'd have been like, Carlos, what are you doing with your dick in your hand playing hockey?
It's better than sitting on the computer with your dick in your hand. At least you're doing something. I mean, for Christ's sake.
Hey, what is it with you guys? This is exactly probably why none of the boys could go up to the blackboard and answer a question, because their dick was probably in their hand while they were in class under
Yeah.
the desk.
Well, I mean, I could do my pose, but when I look at my class,
Well,
it's like
all I know
just,
is
oh, God,
your
it's-
sister's. She could be a bit of a bullshit artist. That's
Well,
for
I
sure.
mean, look at Gabe. Gabe
Every
never
kid
goes to
can.
class.
Gabe, no, I
Ever.
see Gabe
Ever.
walking around with the phone.
He never
I hear
goes to
stuff, and
class.
he's like, "Oh, I'm
Ever.
in class." I'll be like,
Ever.
"Gabe, can you
He
go
never
throw out the
goes.
garbage?" I'm in class.
I don't think he got
Gabe,
class
can you
every-
go
we
to
got
the
a call.
other
We got a
class?
call two every day.
Huh?
We got one phone call a day.
Oh,
from
I
Gabe
know.
not going to class, and
I can't wait. Well, you know what? There were a bunch of the badass moms got them into school.
that's right. The badass moms
the
got rounded
badass
up next 2 Mondays from now.
Yeah,
So 2 weeks,
I
not-
can't wait.
Wait, is it next week? No, I think it's the week after.
The March 29th.
So the week after.
Yeah.
So 2 Mondays from today, they'll be back in school.
Let me
full
tell
time.
you, if it wasn't Lent, I think I'd open up champagne that morning.
Oh,
I
yeah?
swear, I think I'd be like, pop the champagne.
Oh, that's
I'd
the
be there
last
with
week.
with the sword.
That's the last week because that's Good Friday. Is that Friday?
Yeah.
That's Good
Thank
Friday.
goodness.
Which
It's just-
Pennsylvania is opening up on Easter Sunday to allow Mass to have full capacity.
Thank God.
And
Yeah.
the Catholic Church is in some shit though.
They're in big trouble.
They're in big trouble.
They're in big trouble, man.
They
They made a
probably.
mistake today.
Why would
People
they
are
do?
pissed because the Pope came out and publicly said that being gay is a sin.
Well, he didn't say being a gay is a sin.
No, he said being gay is a
He
sin.
said he can't
what
marry
he said.
same-sex couples because, you know.
He said being gay is a sin. That's what he said.
No.
Big mistake. You can't say that shit. Like
I
you
don't
just
know.
you can't. Do
I
that.
have to be honest
You
with
can't
you.
fuck over that whole group.
The sacrament of marriage is between a man and
Well,
a woman.
that's different. Then you word it
That's a
differently.
sacrament
Then you word
of
it
marriage.
differently.
And
then
that's
you say
You become your own church and you have kids. And let me tell you something.
then you have kids.
You, like,
Correct.
you know, the one thing is, like, I love this show called American Housewife,
Right.
and there's a gay guy who wants to have a baby, and he's running around and he's looking for the egg donor, and he's so excited and everything.
Right.
Like, look, when you're heterosexual,
You don't
you
have
don't
that
have that luxury. You end up falling in love, and a lot of times you have sex, and you don't even mean to have a baby.
It
Like,
just
it's a
happens.
complete shit show.
Right.
That's why you kind of need to have that marriage thing to, like, really solidify, like, we're a couple, and no matter what gets thrown at us, we're going to go through it together.
Mm.
Where, you know, I know, like, look at Anderson Cooper. He's in his 50s. He just became a father now, for when it's convenient for him.
Well, yeah, Elton John became a dad.
I mean, there are a lot of
70-something.
luxuries to not having the heterosexual lifestyle where, you know, you go to have fun one night, you have a little romance, and that's it. The rest of your life, you're living with the consequences
Right.
of that night. You know? You're getting phone calls that your kid didn't show up to history class today.
You get a whole new set of problems.
Well, I'm just saying that there's a lot more risk being a heterosexual couple than it is to be a gay couple. I'm sorry,
Yeah, I
there
agree.
is.
I
There is
agree
a
with
lot
that.
more risk.
Yeah, I agree with that standpoint, but I think they
You
could
don't
have
get to
worded
pick
they
and
could have
choose a
worded
lot
it
of stuff.
differently though.
Well,
You don't think they could have put a better press release out than just being like you're a sinner?
I
for
think
being
they're
bad?
saying that all gay people are welcome to come to the church.
No, I know, but
But it's
no,
the
but
sacrament
they
of
didn't even say
marriage.
that though. They were just like, we can't
Read the
allow
statement
you
then. Get the
because
statement because I you have to get the
they
exact
straight called them
statement.
sinners. Am I wrong? They called you sinners. No,
I didn't hear about it.
you didn't hear about it because
Oh.
Elton John, that whole
Carlos,
thing.
I
Elton
heard
John
about
threw
it.
like a meltdown.
Well,
on-
Elton John's not Catholic,
Well,
so
because
what's he
did
give
you?
shit?
Well, Elton John got mad because apparently, and I didn't know this. I don't know if you knew this. The Catholic Church was one of the major donors that funded Rocket Man, the movie, his bio documentary. The Catholic Church was the major funder of that movie, so they paid for that movie to be made.
Wait a minute. The Catholic Church produced Rocket Man?
Correct.
That's really bizarre.
So they produced Rocket Man, and then today said you're a sinner.
Since when is the Catholic Church in the movie business?
Well, since Pope Francis said they had to get out
Who
there.
who else? I think the church is making the wrong play by getting into the movie business.
Yeah.
What is the press?
The Vatican said God does not and cannot bless sin. Talking about matrimony.
Well, they're talking about the
Sinners.
sacrament of matrimony.
Sinners. That's what he said.
But I never saw Jesus say that gay people weren't welcome.
Well, St. George, all are welcome.
All are welcome in St. George.
They open the mass
Go for
with
it.
that. But that's
But
how
I
it
couldn't-
is.
you know.
Jesus would never
But the
discriminate.
Vatican said, yeah, you're a sinner. That's what they said. Sinner.
Well, I don't know what
Sinner.
to say. I'm kind of speechless. I really don't know what
Well-
to say because I can understand with the whole sacrament of marriage thing.
Right, and I
But-
think if you explain it saying, like, look, this is our definition of the sacrament of marriage, that's why we can't condone it in our church, but we don't discriminate it against same-sex couples. But instead they go, no, we're not bringing you in because you're sinners.
No, they're saying they're not marrying couple. They're not saying
Because they're
not married.
sinners. That's what they call them.
But it's
Sinners.
a sacrament.
Well,
S-I-N-E-R-S. Sinners.
Well, we were learning about it in Christ and Sacraments. Not
Yes,
about...
and what did your Protestant
not about-
teacher tell you about it?
Well, no, not about that thing, but there was a quote that we were talking about a lot, and it was like, you're judged not by the law, but by Jesus Christ.
Right.
So it's going by, you really aren't judged by if you follow the law and follow
Right.
what's written. It's judged by your connection with Jesus Christ and your love and how you really believe in him and stuff. So it's really, it shows that it's like, that's really not a sin and that's not going to affect anything really. It's really your love for Jesus Christ and showing that and living
And
by his.
was that before or after today's statement?
That was, it's in the Bible. That was what I think Paul said.
Well, that's what I'm
Sinners.
saying. Like, I feel like Jesus welcomes everybody to the table.
Jesus
However,
does,
I
correct.
could understand why the Catholic Church would say, for the sacrament of marriage, we just want a man and a woman because you're creating a family. In
Yes.
the church, this isn't a
No,
government.
I agree. I 100%
you know,
agree.
it's a religious institution.
But I think
it's not a government.
They could have worded it differently.
Well, we're all sinners. We're all sinners. So if we're going to go by that, then none of us should do anything, right?
That's
Well,
right.
that's what the quote's talking
We're all
about.
sinners.
Because we are all sinners. So,
Oh man, I watched some show the
Ooh.
other day that there was a big scene and the guy was screaming at some woman on the street she was a sinner, but I can't remember what show it was, and I was laughing my ass off. It was a comedy show, but I can't remember what show it was. Damn, it was so funny, and I can't remember
so why did you bring it up?
because it just popped in my head.
Are you
while I was
sure it
talking
wasn't
about
TikTok with the sister Cindy on the college campus?
No. No, it wasn't a TikTok. I don't do the TikTok a lot. I'm not as big at the TikTok.
Olivia's into the TikTok.
Yes.
Olivia's very into the TikTok. She loves the TikTok.
You were getting into the TikTok.
I
a
was
little
getting
bit.
into it,
You
but
have
I
a couple
never-
of big
I never
hits.
published-
You know that Easter video.
Oh.
We're gonna make a part 2 to that. I feel like
No,
we
COVID's over.
gotta add to the part 2.
Man, if I knew that, what I know now with this whole COVID thing,
Can you believe we're still doing COVID over a year later?
well,
Yeah.
at least we're out more than we were back then.
Not really.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well,
Not
Olivia's
really.
at dance.
I'm so sick of wearing the mask. I got so annoyed today because I was helping Lauren unload furniture into her house. Like the company came and was delivering couches and stuff. And then, I'm like in the house, I'm getting everything ready, I'm moving stuff around, and then she hands me a mask.
For what?
Because we had to wear a mask while they brought the furniture in to deal with the people. You have to wear a mask
Why
into
didn't
your
you
house.
just say, we all had COVID, so we don't have to wear a mask?
Because the herd immunity thing doesn't count anymore. They said that even if you had COVID, you still have to wear a mask around people that didn't have it. That's what they said.
Oh, God.
Department of Health.
Well,
So I'm so over the mask thing. Like, it's just so stupid. I can't do it anymore.
we don't, according to the CDC, we don't have to worry about it because we can't give it, we can't get
Yeah.
it. It's over.
Well, Gabe's still a big COVID freak.
Gabe wears 2 masks to school. The other day I dropped him off, he double mask.
You wore 2 masks.
Well, you have the surgical and then you do a cloth over it.
Oh, God.
Why?
Because it's 90% effective in, when you cough or whatever.
But you already had the disease.
I know, but...
Gabe,
It's
who
so
already had the
bad.
COVID.
That's how you show your liberal alliance now is double
Yeah.
mask.
Oh,
It's
so
like
they-
instead of wearing the Nazi flag on your shoulder, you wear 2 masks.
And then I
That's
went,
what they do.
Oh,
instead of wearing the swastika, you wear 2 masks on your face, and that's how they know. They're like, oh, you're one of us.
Well, speaking of COVID, right? So everybody's scared of COVID.
Right.
So Andrew Cuomo does have whoever is in charge of distributing the COVID vaccine
Uh-huh.
call up the different county executives and pretty much does a quid pro quo and says you'll kind of get your vaccine sooner if
Really?
you back up Cuomo and stand behind him.
Oh.
Can you believe this crap? So he has the guy who's in charge of distributing the vaccines calling up all the different counties in New York and saying you're gonna back Governor Cuomo, right? You're gonna back him, right? I mean, that could kill people.
Yeah.
Because what if you say no, I'm not backing him, and then all of a sudden the vaccines fall off the truck, and you don't get your delivery of vaccines, and then a bunch of old people die? Like, this is how sinister everything is becoming.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy.
It really is. I have to say, though, I will give Lamont some credit. He's done a pretty good job rolling it out there. Don't you think?
I think Governor Lamont has done.
Even though you're anti-vaccine.
I didn't say I was anti-vaccine.
I thought you said no shot.
No, I said I'm not going to take a vaccine because I already had COVID.
Right.
So what's the point? I
Yeah.
already had COVID. I don't need a vaccine.
Well, I heard-
That's the science. Even though they say, well, you know what?
I
It
heard
doesn't
that they're
matter.
going to make you take the vaccine anyway.
Oh,
even
they
though
can
you
kiss
already
my
had it.
ass. You know what? They can kiss my ass.
That's right.
I already had COVID.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest with you, I've been much sicker in my life than I was when I had COVID.
I agree.
Now that
COVID
was
was
my
shit. It was a
experience. So I'm not telling anybody else, but with my experience, it was not anything that we needed to
I
shut
agree.
down the
I
whole
had,
country
I had,
for the
a,
young
I
and
had
healthy
a
people.
mild headache and I was fine. That was
You
it.
know, but whatever.
Take two
but
Advil,
I had
get
the
out
COVID.
there.
I had the antibodies.
Right.
I don't need to take a vaccine.
What if they require a vaccine to travel? Then what will you do?
Like travel where?
Like in and out of the country or state to state? Like what if they require for you to do
I'll
that?
cross that bridge when I get to it. I'll cross that bridge when I get
That's
to
a very safe answer there, Coach.
it. Well, you know, let's see what happens.
That's a very
Watch
safe.
what happens.
That's a very safe answer.
Well, because, you know, the way that I look at it, it's like if, let's say, you know, Gabe's up in school in New York or he's
Right.
at a Broadway show and the only way I can go see it is if I get a vaccine,
Will you get the vaccine?
I probably would.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
there
lie.
we go. There we
I'd
go.
probably be a sucker so that I could see Gabe. I'd be
There
like,
we go.
oh, you
All right.
mother.
Look at that.
And then I,
Mom will be telling off the vaccine.
oh, I
person.
will. I will.
This vaccine's bullshit.
But I'll do it so that I could see him on Broadway. So that would be something. But if it's,
There
you
you
know,
go,
for
Coach.
other
Well done.
bullshit, I'll be like, you know what? I feel fine. I'll take my chances.
No Facebook photo, killing COVID.
Crushing
Oh, yeah,
COVID.
crushing
With their
COVID.
sticker.
Hashtag
I'm crushing
crush
COVID.
COVID.
I'm
What are you
crushing it.
talking-
You're not doing shit but getting
That's
a freaking
right.
arm,
You're not doing a
needle
fucking
stuck in
thing.
your
You
arm.
suck.
So just shut up. You know, I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. So you can all get pissed off at me. I really don't care.
That's right. No, I agree.
I really don't care. You're not
those
crushing
posts are
shit.
so stupid.
You're just a sheep. Bah, must get vaccine. Bah, I have to get the vaccine. Bah, oh, crushing COVID. My arm. My arm is so sore. And then you have people with the Bell's palsy. Oh, my face. I'm crushing COVID. No, thank you. Okay? And then hopefully by the time Gabe's on Broadway, that vaccine will be a little more perfected.
Coach,
you know what I'm saying?
Coach Bill
I'm
Benny
not-
says the antibodies only last 3 months.
Well, tell Bill Benny that my body will produce more, okay?
That's right,
I have
Bill. We
faith
see
in
you
this
watching.
body that God gave me.
She's
I'm not
got
afraid
more
of
antibodies
COVID.
than that shit.
One of my friends had such a funny name. She was like, Moms, when you mention COVID, and they had like the Fight Club logo. they were
Oh,
all
yes,
tough.
yes.
Moms, when you mention lice, hazmat suit. They were like, ah.
Well, we went through a little lice issue back
Oh
in
my
the old
God,
days.
yeah, back in
Pre
the
Olivia,
set.
I think the
Yes,
lice.
the slimy.
Yeah, the slimy days. What? Oh man, remember the sand fleas?
Oh, let's not even go there. That
The
was awful.
sand fleas, man. Those
Because
were
I thought
terrible.
it was lice, and I'm
Those
trying
were
to treat it, and I
terrible.
couldn't kill it, and then I just had to use the flea and tick shampoo.
That was so bad. That was so bad. So, Coach, what do you think about the whole J Lo A-Rod?
They're
stuff?
back.
I know they're back. He
They're back
flew. He
together.
flew to the DR yesterday.
Oh, he didn't take his boat to the DR from.
No, he flew to the DR to have private time with J Lo and discuss their problems. A-Rod, what do you think?
Listen, I think A-Rod, you want to talk about still pitching a 10? Let me just put it to you this way. I'm sure when A-Rod goes at bat, he's hitting home runs. So I'm sure J-Lo was more than happy to show a little forgiveness.
Oh yeah.
Because he's what, 46 years old, right?
A-Rod?
Yeah, he's 46 years old. And he's in terrific shape.
He is in good shape. He looks great
You
on
know?
TV still. He's rocking it on
He's
Fox.
had, I think he went and saw J-Lo's plastic surgeon. And I find men who do plastic surgery very unattractive.
You think he's a big plastic surgery guy now?
Oh, absolutely. I grew up with A-Rod. I know A-Rod, like, and his face is like shiny, and you could tell pulled back a little bit. He's probably getting the Botox.
Yeah.
So that kind of turns me off. I don't think I could make out with somebody who's like all plastic
You're
and
not
everything.
about that.
But then again, it is A-Rod.
Well, I mean, you love, how about the Real Housewives? They all got plastic surgery.
Oh my gosh, the Real Housewives in New Jersey
In New
look
Jersey,
terrible.
yeah. I
They're
know,
like
they look really
unrecognizable.
They look really bad. Who's that woman? The woman,
Marge?
the Marge.
Oh
She
my
looks
god,
terrible.
I can't even recognize her.
It's so bad.
It's disgusting.
That is maybe the worst plastic surgery of all time. I think that she should go get her money back for that.
I think I might get plastic surgery though someday, but Dad said I can. He's
Yeah,
like,
the dad's
he's
not
like,
about
no.
that.
He's
Where'd
like
he go?
me. He's
Where'd
like,
he
no, I can't be with anybody with
No.
No
plastic
plastic
surgery. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to
All
go
natural.
gracefully, as they say.
Well,
But
Mama
so
never
what-
got. No, Mama never got
No.
plastic surgery. No.
No, Mama, and she didn't have a wrinkle. She
Yeah.
died in 95 years old.
She looked
Still
great.
had no wrinkles. Gorgeous.
She looked great. Yeah.
So I
So
mean,
did Pop. I mean, until he,
it's those Puerto Rican genes. Look at J Lo.
Yeah.
J Lo looks fantastic. That's why she's with 46-year-old A-Rod.
Yeah. Yeah, they do look great.
Yeah, the two of them look
The
good.
Spanish people got it down.
They do.
They always look great.
Good genetics.
Good.
It is. It's good genes. What are you going to say?
Genetics.
That's because we're mixed with everything.
That's right.
So when you have all that blood mixed together, it's a little of everything. But yeah, so poor Andrew Cuomo. Too bad he doesn't have a little bit of the Latin blood in him or
I
something.
know. He's
that
looking.
poor guy.
He's looking bad. You can tell
looks
he's
awful.
deteriorating really quick.
I know.
Like he's looking really bad, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. It's like, oh no, you don't watch WandaVision, do you? You
No.
don't watch the Disney Plus stuff. I know.
No,
I know
I cannot-
you turned the back because of Gina Carano. Are you
I
going to
was-
watch Mandalorian?
No.
You're not going to turn
I'm
it on?
not.
You're done?
I'm done. Listen, I have so many things
Even though
to
you
fulfill my life.
shedded the tear at the end of Mandalorian, so you're done.
When Luke came
When
and
Luke
picked up Baby
Skywalker?
Yoda. Oh, that was so cute. I was like, oh.
You're
And it was like a young Luke, too.
I know,
It
it's
was
young
like back
Luke,
in
Return of the
day.
Jedi Luke.
You know what it is? Because when I hear that song, when I just hear that, dun, 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 all of a sudden, I'm like a 5-year-old kid again.
Yeah.
Like my brain just goes back to that time where it was just like so, like you just feel innocent again. And,
Right.
and the Force and Luke and Darth Vader, like it just.
I know, and that's why I'm getting so frustrated with because I feel like they're corrupting the whole like escape. Like when you think of Star Wars, you don't think of Trump or like you don't think of that stuff.
No.
And now all these stars are, getting so political that it's like I can't enjoy
I know.
the escape of
Right.
the movie or escape of the show because
Exactly.
the whole time I'm thinking about how much of an asshole you are because
Yeah.
after this show I'm gonna go on Twitter and see you being a prick. Like that just gets me pissed off.
Like Captain America.
Chris Evans is such an
He's the
asshole
worst.
on Twitter. He's the worst. I can't enjoy his movie. And you think the guy that plays Captain America would have some better values than him? I mean,
Well,
Captain
in his
America
head, he has great values.
greatest generation. Captain America.
Well, they're World War One. World War Two was Greatest Generation.
Captain America's World War II.
No, he was World War
No,
One.
he was World War II.
Carlos, do the Google.
Right here.
He's
All right,
making
I'm
the
gonna-
wrong
I'm
play
gonna-
right now.
No,
Captain
no,
America
watch.
was World War One.
No, because Hydra came off of Hitler.
All right, the
Watch.
producer.
Producer Perez, tell me if I'm wrong. Captain America, what world war was he in?
I probably have it wrong, but we'll see.
He's so bad at
Here it comes. Producer Perez. And the answer is...
World War II.
All right, I had it wrong.
World War One
Because
doesn't get
Hydra,
anything.
which is the anti-shield, which
Yes.
is... They are a group off of the Nazis. And Hydra broke off of the Nazis because the guy said that
Well,
Hitler's vision was too off. He didn't do the vision properly.
Well, you know what I remembered, because then I remembered him doing the dance. The
Yeah, that's 1941, Ma.
That's what I'm saying. That's when I realized I was wrong because I remember he did the dance with the girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wonder Woman, I think, is
Wonder
War
Woman
One.
is World War One.
Wonder
Correct.
Woman.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
So, but anyway, so yes. So Captain America. Yeah, you're right.
Greatest Generation. You'd think that the actor that plays it would believe in the Greatest Generation ideals. No.
I listen. That's but my grandfather, Grandpa Larry, was in World War II, and he
Yeah.
was very, very liberal.
Yep.
You
No,
know what I mean?
that's true.
So that's why I had Pop, who was very conservative,
Definition of American Dream, Pop.
right? And then I
Broken
had
down
Grandpa
from
Larry,
scratch.
Yale graduate, super liberal.
Yep.
So when I saw the two of their lives, I was like, Pop got it right. He was with Mama. They had a family. Like they, I respected Pop's lifestyle a lot more than Grandpa Larry, who was out gallivanting in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
So that's just me. But he was very liberal. He was actually in Eleanor Roosevelt's book.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. How about that?
Yeah,
It's
Grandpa Larry
it's so
is
tough.
quite a character.
And Lauren's dad was talking about that the same way. Like he's like, I'm not gonna pay for Disney Plus when all these people are
I'm not
taking a
doing
crap
it.
on me. Like
I'm not doing it.
I'm not paying for that. I don't want to pay for it. If I wasn't such a Marvel and Star Wars fanatic, I wouldn't pay for it either. But there's just so much good TV coming out. I don't want to go to that.
I can't wait for good movies again. I
I
want to go to
can't
the
wait
movies.
to go to the movies.
I'm gonna go.
Oh my
Did
god,
you
I
just
can't wait
flip
to
me
go
the
to the
bird?
movies.
No, it's cracking my.
Oh.
I think Gabe just
I
flipped
think I
off
just got
his
flipped
son
the bird.
Why
off
would
the
I-
other side of the camera.
No, I know you really didn't. Or else it would be this thing would become viral from the ass whooping that he would be getting.
I know.
If he actually flipped me the bird.
Well, then we'd be bad.
Then I'd be arrested.
Then maybe we'd get more viewers because we'd be on the
totally.
news for parent abuses
Yeah.
kid right on show. Then we'd get a ton. All right, come over here, kick his ass, so we can get some people watching the show. We'd freaking be so popular if that
I
happened.
think it would happen.
You
It would
kidding
be very
me?
popular. Maybe that's why he was doing it.
Yeah, it's going to cause a problem right here on the show. Maybe we get some viewers. I mean, one of the viewers would be DCF, but hey, who the fuck cares? It's a viewer.
DCF for your son who's going to be 18 in a couple of weeks.
Right on the show.
Man, I gotta tell you, I can't get over how different. Like every week we do the show, and every week everything is so crazy.
It is.
Did you hear Dr. Fauci yesterday was on that
guy's
Meet
still
the
going?
Press?
He's
Yeah.
still going?
Well, he's on Meet the Press, and they had him bad-mouthing Trump, saying that Trump never endorsed the vaccine. When I
Oh,
saw
my
Trump
God.
on the CPAC endorsing the vaccine,
Yeah.
saying because of me you have the vaccine.
Because it
So
was.
I'm like,
It was because
Dr.
of him.
Fauci is
It was
totally
because of
below
him.
me.
It was the Operation Warp Speed.
I know.
Because that's what happens when you privatize things. Let me tell
When
you,
you cut the red tape.
the government can't do shit by themselves. They can't. Look at the DMV. It's a shithole. Look at the Department of Education. The Department of Education sucks.
It does.
It's terrible. It's in
It does.
shambles. It's a terrible group. So of course, if we relied on the government to produce us a vaccine, we still wouldn't have it. We'd still be in phase 1, where we
Yeah.
can't even go outside.
Well, they were remember they were talking about it may not be till 2022.
Yeah.
Like they were
Yeah,
really.
but then, of course, Trump goes, no, we're going to have the private sector do this, and boom, 6 months later, here's a working vaccine right on your
he did
doorstep.
a
Let's
survival
go.
of the fittest. Who's going to get this done as fast as
And
possible?
who's going to get the government
money?
contract? Yeah.
To get
But
the
that's
money.
what happened. That's why capitalism works.
Yeah.
That's why capitalism works. Take note, socialist. That's why capitalism works. Because capitalism incites and
It
challenges,
incentivizes.
incentivizes, yeah, that's the word, incentivizes people to work harder
Yeah.
to get the money, to get the credit. And look at that. Now we have 3, right? We're 3 now. 3 working vaccines.
Yeah.
3 different companies have produced 3 working vaccines in 6 to 7 months. When it was supposed to,
Yeah, because they're
come out
saying, show me
until-
the money, show me that
Boom,
government
2022.
money. They can't wait to get paid.
Yeah.
They're getting paid in full. So, you
I know
know.
Biden must hate cutting those checks. Must pain.
Well, the
pain.
vaccine never existed until Biden got in office.
I know.
Even
Well,
though
I-
he got vaccinated before.
Hey,
he got
even
in
though
office.
I know how about that guy lost his job on CNN for giving Trump credit for the vaccine.
No way.
Yeah, he hasn't been on TV since.
Who was that?
Oh God, hold on. Let me get his name that gave him the credit. He came on CNN on
Well,
I
he
think,
deserves-
Wolf Blitzer's show,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Look, I mean, we all hate the guy, but you know, we have to give him credit. It was his operation that brought us the vaccine so quickly. And Wolf Blitzer was like, "What? No, it wasn't Trump. It wasn't Trump. It was thanks to Dr. Fauci with his leadership."
Well, Dr. Fauci, so you know, his nickname is Tony Baloney, and I can't wait to see him with a blanket, holding a water bottle, with a burner phone, walking and pacing in front of his house, because that guy is such a bullshit artist and he ruined so many lives. But to try to say that Trump didn't endorse that vaccine really pissed me off, because he was on the TV endorsing it. But listen, you know, I'm just the type of person, I don't want a flu shot. I had the COVID, I handled it great. I'm not in a rush to get the COVID vaccine either.
I'm not in a rush to get there.
Give it to the people who really want it. You know? I'll get it when I have to go see Gabe on Broadway, go to Presley's college graduation, because he wants to...
Kathleen Seabliss.
Oh, it's Kathleen Seabliss.
Kathleen Seabliss gave Trump credit.
And now she's
never welcome back since. Been
My
banned
gosh.
from CNN. How dare you? How dare you?
How dare you? How are
Come
we going
on
to
the
cancel
show
Kathleen?
and give Trump some credit.
It's terrible what they've done. I feel the worst for the kids, though, not being in school and the parents. Because we have pretty good mental health, but I can't imagine the parents who are really losing it, how they're able to take care of young kids, having to monitor them on these, you know, virtual schooling.
It's got to be so hard.
It's hard enough with a 5th grader, Olivia.
It is.
Imagine like a first
Imagine
grader or
a 5-year-old, a kindergartner, or a first grader, like you'd be losing it.
Yeah.
And then you have multiple kids. So I feel like what they've done to the young people, for a virus that they would have survived fine. It's so rare for the little kids to, so if you're really worried about the kids, this was bullshit. You should have had them all in school since the beginning of the year, the way so many other places did. You know? I get so disgusted. I really think that we're going to look back at history years from now and be like, what the F were they thinking?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the way that the education system is, and if the liberals keep winning the White House, they're going to write history as we should have been more strict.
We should have been locked down even more. I don't think so.
And that the military should have enforced the restrictions and not have let you leave your home. They love that. Gabe always talked about how they should have had military enforced quarantine.
No, he never said that
you
one
did, because
time.
when we were talking about it in New Zealand, you were like, yeah, because they had the military enforcing restrictions.
They had a
they
strong lockdown like almost a year ago, and then that lockdown ended up working for them.
With the
You
military.
cannot compare New Zealand to the United States of America.
Exactly, but all I mentioned was the New
you
Zealand
know,
They loved
lockdown.
comparing it.
The United
Because Gabe
States of
wasn't the
America
only one.
is
There was a ton of
gigantic, A.
people
B,
comparing.
you had asshole governors sending the coronavirus into senior citizen complexes to kill them,
Andrew
all right?
Cuomo.
So
Andrew
let's
Cuomo
be
did that.
honest, all right? So that's another thing. I'm sure in New
Well, how
Zealand
about-
they weren't sending the COVID into the old people.
Well, how about-
Then third, hold on, I gotta say this. And you have all the illegals who were getting COVID in Mexico,
Yep.
and they're coming in, and that's why California had such a strict lockdown, and they kept getting cases and cases and cases, that it's like,
Well,
use your fucking head.
Yeah.
The reason why is because they're coming in from Mexico to see a good doctor.
The highest COVID rate is sanctuary cities. If you look at all of the sanctuary cities on a map, they have the highest COVID rating.
And
That's
even
true.
the governor of Texas is like, they're letting COVID come right into the country. So my kid can't go to school, but illegals can come into the country and not to have a COVID vaccine or a COVID test. They get to have freedom. So in New Zealand, they're surrounded by what's called the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Okay? So they don't have to
They have a
worry.
little island.
Right, exactly. So you cannot compare New Zealand to the United States, which you have Canada on the top and you have the South America on the bottom.
Well,
And you also have the little
speaking
islands.
of that,
What?
speaking of the South, we have a major problem right now on the border with letting people in because the wall was the biggest racist flag of all time, building the wall. So now that the wall is being taken down and we're opening the borders up, complete open borders, by the way, the Biden administration wants, we have a extreme problem that they were trying to talk about today. Before Biden took, like I was saying before Biden took the television away, they were trying to show how much of a problem. So we have over 15 million people have come over the border since Biden had taken
No
office.
way.
Yep.
15 million is
15
too
million.
much. Google
15
that.
million.
That can't be possible that 15
Look,
million
hold
people
on, I'll show you.
have
They were
come.
talking about it on Fox. How 899,000 people filed for unemployment in February, but we allowed 11 million illegal immigrants coming in to seek asylum into the United States.
I had no idea that it's that bad. See,
Yeah.
I don't watch Fox News.
Fox was talking about it. 899,000 people filed for unemployment. And then we were so focused on letting people come in to seek asylum. It's crazy.
You know, and you know who this hurts the most is the poor people. This
And-
hurts the black community. This hurts the Latino community that's over
And-
here. This hurts the poor white people who work those minimum wage jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I mean, why are you going to bring in a bunch of illegals when you're trying to say that you want minimum wage to be $15?
yeah.
Why? So that you can get all illegals to do the jobs under the table? Because you're certainly not going to be paying people, you know, $15 an hour, or you're going to go out of business for a lot of these companies.
Well, we're going to go back to those Obama days where we hand out the illegals. They get Social Security, they get cars, they get houses. We're going to hand it all out.
I can't believe that many illegal
Yeah,
immigrants
we-
have
and-
come
and
in here.
that's
And so many
crazy, too.
kids.
We were-
and the containers. What are they? Containment containers? They're not cages. They're
not cages.
containment
They're only cages.
containers.
They're only cages when
when
it's
you're
Trump.
Donald Trump, they're
When it's
cages.
Trump,
they're
it's kids in cages. But when you're Biden, it's
Containment containers.
containers.
Could you
But
imagine? I have my kid in a container right now.
the highest population right now of people coming in back, they were talking about it today, it's less Central America and Mexico people, and it's more Middle Eastern and Haitian. A lot of Haitian people are coming in.
So you're saying that people are escaping Haiti, taking a boat like to Mexico,
And then coming
coming
through.
up?
Yes.
Yeah, because Haiti's very close to Mexico. When
Yeah.
you look at the map, like
So a
you
ton
know,
of Haiti, ton of Middle East is coming across and up and through Central America. So the biggest problem, it's not only Central America people, it's people from all over the world. All over
Coming
the
in
world
via-
are coming
by
in
way of
through
Mexico.
Mexico.
Well,
Because
you know-
Mexico, they don't care about
Bill
people
Clinton
coming
did
through
such a
there.
great job with all that money he got to help Haiti.
Yeah.
That they're all escaping, you know, through Mexico. What a piece of trash those Clintons are with their Clinton Foundation.
It's so bad. Like the southern border right now is a mess. Like
Well,
it is
that's-
so
Well, how about all the
horribly
kids
done.
who were
What?
kidnapped?
That's why the Texas governor sent the National Guard to
Yeah,
go
the
patrol
Texas
the
governor
border.
sent the National Guard down because Biden doesn't care. He doesn't care. He wants to let everybody through. That it became so awful that he was like, I'm sending my troops down there to stop people from coming in because we cannot allow people to continuously come through into the state and into the country. We can't do that. We can't
I
have
wonder
that.
if it's any Al Qaeda coming in.
Probably is.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It probably is.
You know?
But we had a ton of ISIS problems in the United States when Obama was still in office.
Yeah,
Remember we had those
Al-Qaeda,
guys
yeah.
driving around on the sidewalks? That was
Oh,
a big thing.
gosh.
Was the vans hitting like
Yeah,
20,
like in
30
New York
people
when
on
the
the
guy
sidewalk.
just, yeah.
Yeah, they had that shit all the time. So yeah, they're not flying, planes into buildings, but
I
they're
have to say,
running
when
people
Trump
over
was
cars.
president, I didn't even worry about terrorism. I really didn't.
The
You
world
never,
did
you
it.
never
The
heard.
world did it. There was hardly any terrorist attacks, if any.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Europe
that-
Europe hasn't been that safe in forever.
Should I be concerned how close Florida is?
Well,
I'm just
DeSantis
asking.
doesn't put up with
Just
that
out
shit.
of curiosity, should I be a little concerned with how close Florida is to the southern border, perhaps? Like, is that anything that should be a concern? I'm just wondering. Asking for a friend.
Why are
Asking
you
for a
concerned
friend.
about Florida?
I don't know. I'm asking for a friend.
Well, I know a specific town has a naval base in it. So
Oh, okay. So
I don't think it
That
would
is
be
true. You
that
do
big
have
of
a
an
naval
issue.
base in there. It's getting ridiculous. And like you said, apparently what I've been seeing is a lot of kids, like you were saying, who are getting kidnapped
They
and being used
kidnap
as
them and use
tools
them
to
as
get
pawns.
in. Yeah.
I mean, you know how terrifying that is? And that, people just don't understand. But this is what Jesus said. What were his last words? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been doing the Bible podcast, and I listen to the Bible. I miss a day here and there, and then I catch up. And I have to say, the reason why the Lord is so strict with so many things is because people really have to understand you can't do what you want all the time.
Yeah.
You got to follow the rules, and you have to do things a certain way. And, it's like tough love.
Yep.
It really is. And, just saying, sure, let's have open borders. You think you're doing a good thing, but you're actually.
Oh, look at this. Look at
What?
this. Breaking news. Driver mows down pedestrians on a sidewalk, killing people in San Diego City.
You gotta be kidding.
Look at that. As I just said it. Published 2 hours ago.
And San Diego is a border town.
San Diego
That
City.
could be Al Qaeda. Who was it? Can I have the
California
name?
a California driver mows down several people on sidewalk, killing 3 out of
I
San
can't
Diego,
believe- what a
San Diego
coincidence.
City College.
What a coincidence. Does it have a name? Who's the person?
I'm looking right now. Hold on. Let's
This is
see.
really terrifying.
This
I
is how it's gonna be.
I was really enjoying the Trump days with not worrying about ISIS, not worrying about Al Qaeda.
Yep.
If Trump tried to pull anything, the news was on him like white on rice. Like he couldn't get away with anything.
They have not. No.
And now
no
they're
release of
covering
the
for
name
Joe
yet.
Biden for everything. You have Jill Biden going to smooth things over with the governor of New Jersey because they probably got the big screw job. That's the only reason why you go to make a personal pledge. We have Governor Cuomo is,
Hands don't lie. Did you see that when it came out?
what?
There's the big articles that I guess he had like a news conference today talking about everything that was going on.
Cuomo?
Cuomo did,
Oh.
and Cuomo said in the press conference. I think. Hold on, I'll read you the quote. The big thing is that he says hands don't lie, and Cuomo has preoccupation with his hand side form.
Why? Because it's so
hand
big?
size because it's so big. Yeah.
Oh, so he
So the
was like,
hands
so
don't
when
lie.
she was, so back in the 90s, when I did pitch that tent, he's such a, Cuomo, I think has lost his mind. He needs to resign. If he's saying hand size don't lie
That's
in a
what he
press
said.
conference,
Hand
he
size
needs
don't
to.
lie.
And it's so funny. I remember people in Branford were like, oh my God, I love Cuomo. Cuomo's so great. Cuomo should run for president. I mean, and he's killing old people, sexually harassing staffers.
Do you think that these sexual harassment claims are kind of like a cover up to how many people he killed in the nursing homes?
I think they're trying to deflect from the fact that he killed. Listen, if he's trying to withhold vaccines
Right.
from counties that don't want to play ball, this is somebody who doesn't care about
Like, I
human
feel-
life. Like, that's
Like
disgusting.
that story of all those people that he killed in the nursing homes and how he sent those people back in and
Yeah.
lied about the numbers. That story kind of has just disappeared. You don't even hear that story anymore. I mean, everything now is another woman said that Cuomo's penis touched her leg in a hug. Like, that's the story. There's no story
No.
about lying about the numbers of how many people that he killed.
Listen.
Nobody cares about that.
Cuomo's in big trouble because for the county executives now to be say that they're trying to do the quid pro quo for getting vaccines, for backing him up, that could actually kill people, and that's bad. And he killed the old people. He's just, Cuomo's not a good guy. But I've known that about him because I've known Cuomo my whole life. So we'll see what happens. But I say he's going to resign or get kicked out of office by the end of
I
this
think
week.
by
I
the
think
end of
this-
this week,
Yeah,
really?
I think
Wow.
by the next show next week, it's going to be former governor New York Cuomo, former governor Andrew Cuomo. That's what we're going to be saying. That's what I think. I don't think he's lasting the rest of this week, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's been getting out of control with the amount, like everything that's going on, and of course Biden hasn't really said anything about it. I heard he made,
Well,
he
he
made
went on
some
today.
statement today about it.
He went on today, and you know what?
I know. See, 2 speeches in 3 days, I think, right? To get the vaccine, big vaccine guy.
Things are going to get bad. And they said that he's planning a big, huge tax hike.
Really,
Yeah, it's coming.
for the country.
Yeah.
Can't run away from that one.
I thought
No.
it was only people who made over 400,000.
No, that
Oh, wow.
that what was that? Oh man.
No, that's what they
That-
pitched the whole campaign.
Yeah, but it consistently changed. It consistently changed.
Yeah.
It's so.
And they'll find a way to make it look like you make over 400,000 or make over whatever.
Well, it was like years
the
ago.
thing
They had
is-
a millionaire's tax, and it was anybody who made over $250. That's not a freaking millionaire. You're not a millionaire if you.
If you make over 250.
But it was called the millionaire's tax. That was Governor Patterson, and they
Yeah.
ran his ass out of New York. They had him with the women. That's how they get him.
Ma, what was Michael Riedel talking about this morning about Meghan Markle running for president? What was that he was talking about?
I don't
Did
know.
you listen to that?
No, I
You
didn't
weren't
hear
listening
that.
to that?
No.
He was talking about something that somebody made some comment that Meghan Markle was talking about how she was thinking about running for president to be the first woman president.
Meghan Markle.
Isn't that a guess?
Tell her she missed the boat because Kamala Harris is going to be the first female president.
Yeah.
When do you
be
think
the
they're gonna
first.
kick him out? I mean, he's running out of time now. We're going into April soon.
Well, no, June. Remember, he
Yeah.
wants his
Yes,
first
that's
100
I said
days.
June was gonna
Yeah.
be one of the
He wants his first 100 days.
first.
And then
100.
it's going to be Kamala. She's
And
going
then
to be the
Kamala.
first woman
Madam
president.
President Kamala.
I haven't even seen her at all. Where's she been?
I
She's
haven't
been in
seen
like the
her.
background of some pictures, but she hasn't like made any comments or
I
said
mean-
anything or done anything.
She's just like, there's some weird.
Yeah, look at this. Look,
What?
hold on. Look, there's a lot of articles
About what?
about Meghan Markle running for president.
Oh,
Meghan Markle
gosh.
is reportedly already networking with senior Democrats to help her become the first female United States president in 2024. Planning
Give
a
me break.
run.
Please. That means
2024. Poor Harry. He's like a hostage.
he is.
You can tell he has some
He
really
is.
bad PTSD because
He
he was
looks
in
rocked.
Iraq.
He looks like he's having a rough
I mean,
time right
did
now.
they like give him a pill right before that interview or something? He looks like he's
He
just
looks
a
like a mess.
hostage.
Yeah. Alita Medina
Oh.
said Johnson & Johnson is currently being sued for their baby powder. But everybody, let's go run and get that vaccine.
Well, that's what somebody said today on
So
the radio. They were like,
their
I
baby
didn't-
powder works so well. So let's go get that vaccine because that's the key.
Ali, you're 100% right. I'm
That's the
not touching
key.
that shit with a 10-foot pole.
Oh my gosh, this is just getting out of control. I'm so done with the COVID-19.
I am too, and I think that if
it's
you
time
had
to be done.
COVID and you
It's time to be
survived,
done.
you should get a free pass. Where they say, you know what, you had the COVID,
Yep.
and it's called herd immunity. That's
Yeah.
what it's called.
Well, like you were saying on the radio this morning on Margarita Show, you're saying, you know, what they're really thinking is that over 100 million people have had it, like
Right.
were they either being tested or not realizing that they had it before they were talking about it.
Yeah.
So we're getting close now to a herd immunity.
Yeah.
Like we're starting to cross that line of okay, we can start going back to normal just because an overwhelming amount of the population has already had it.
Well, you don't hear about Switzerland anymore, right? Weren't they the ones who never shut anything down? And
No.
they all had herd immunity.
That's right.
And you don't hear anything because they don't want to
That's
talk
because
about
those
success
Scandinavian people, they're like big Vikings. They fight through anything.
Well, that's true.
They fight right through it. They don't give a shit.
You know, Scott, because,
Those
you know,
guys.
he has clients that are international. They're still shut down in Greece. They're shut down in Canada. Like, there are parts of the world.
Canada,
that-
yeah.
It's
Canada's-
so depressing.
It's
Spain.
so. It really is
Like,
so weird.
we don't, and Italy, I know that they said that they're going to be shutting everything down again right before Easter. It's really
The
depressing.
Italians shutting it down again.
Yeah.
Really? Well, the Chinese aren't shutting it down. Chinese are hanging out.
Oh, they don't care anymore.
They don't give a shit.
They're like, we let it out. Now let's party.
They're like, we have real herd immunity. You can keep your vaccine.
Yeah.
We have
they're
real
just-
herd immunity.
they're
Everybody got
partying it
COVID.
up. They're partying it up in China.
It's
Like,
so ridiculous.
It's unbelievable. Get ready for the Olympics. They have the Olympics this summer, Chinese.
You think they're really going to have it?
Beijing.
Oh, God.
Well, because it was supposed to be last year. It was supposed to be last summer, and they canceled it.
Well,
to
we'll
this
see
summer.
what happens.
You don't think we're gonna have the Beijing Olympics?
I would be shocked when Joe Biden's talking about maybe people getting together for 4th of
Because
July.
we're supposed to have the Winter Olympics this upcoming winter.
I don't know, Carlos. I don't believe it. I just, you know, I'm just so disgusted. What a day. Well, I think we had a good show.
We did. This was good. So St. Patty's Day coming up. Any big plans?
Oh, of course.
Get after it?
It's St. Patty's Day / Christiane's birthday.
Yes. So happy
No,
birthday,
it's
Christiane,
Christiane's
if you watch.
birthday / St. Patty's Day.
Absolutely. It's a holiday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday
Happy
from
birthday,
us. Make the right
Christiane.
play.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Christiane. All right, Coach. Any final thoughts you want to say to the viewers? We have 4 live viewers.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Yes,
watching.
thank you
and
for
we
watching
appreciate
with
your
us today,
support.
guys.
Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Share.
Like, subscribe, please share it out. You know, so we get more and more viewers every time. And it was a blast, Coach.
And make the right play, even when it's hard.
That's right. Always make the right play. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching this week. Thanks for listening on Spotify.